Let's explore even and odd functions together. Hi, and welcome to Algebra Examples. Today we're going to look at an example where we have g of x is equal to 2x minus x cubed, and we want to know if this function is even, odd, or neither. Let's go through and review what it means for a function to be even and odd before we proceed. All right, so a function is known to be even if f of x is equal to f of negative x. So it doesn't matter whether you put the number in there or the negative of that number, you get the same output no matter what. And we see this on a graph when it is symmetric about the y-axis. And so if we look at a little picture of symmetric around the y-axis, the best one, the easiest one to look at would be y is equal to x squared. Because notice with y is equal to x squared, if we plug in the number 2, we get 2 squared, which is 4. And if we plug in the number -2, we get -2 squared, which is also 4. So the output is the same no matter what number we pop into it. Our second example, or our second definition, is odd. And a function is odd if f of x is equal to a negative f of negative x. Whew, that's a lot of negatives, isn't it? This is slightly different. It has a different feel and look to it. It is going to be symmetric around the origin. Let's look at a picture of that. So when we say symmetric around the origin, you can think of it as you took half of it and you just kind of twisted that look to it. So we have y is equal to x cubed is a very good example of that. You'll see that the image that we have down here is very similar to the image we have in the upper right-hand corner. They've just kind of been shuffled around, right? You take this and you just move it. So it's symmetric about the origin. Okay, so let's go back to our function. You'll notice before we do that, I do want to point out that we call these functions odd functions because very frequently our exponent is going to be an odd. Every power function that has an odd exponent is going to be odd. Now, when you get a little bit more and you modify your polynomials a little bit, it may or may not be odd. Same thing for even functions. Every power function, if you have x to a number, and that number is always an even number, that is an even function without a doubt. If you modify it, it may or may not be an even function. So back to our example, we have 2x minus x cubed. And we'll notice that we have x to the cubed there. So our instinct might say this might be an odd function. And we should always go with what our gut instinct tells us with these things. All right, so we know that our original function is 2x minus x cubed. We want to know, is that equal to negative g of negative x? So what we're going to do is we are going to plug negative x everywhere we see x. I'm going to keep that negative sign on the outside, and I'm going to use a big box parenthesis so that we can keep things separated. So we have 2 times a negative x minus a negative x cubed. And again, big box parenthesis. Parentheses are our friends. They are really going to help us in this situation as far as figuring out what is going on. So we want to know, is this thing right here the same as 2x minus x cubed? And I don't know about you, but I can't see it right now. So let's do our algebra. Let's first of all, we're going to bring that negative sign out front in front of the 2. I'm going to leave the big box alone. Big square brackets are going to be there. The negative sign out front, we're going to leave alone. We're just going to work with what's on the inside for now. Negative x cubed is taking negative x and timesing it by itself 3 times, right? Okay, so we got that all written out. I know it's a lot of writing. but it is really healthy. Notice how many negative signs we have here. We've got 1, 2, 3, and then if you count the one in front, that's 4. And every time we have two negative signs, they cancel each other out. So these last two will cancel each other out. And these first two negative signs will also cancel each other out. So we end up with plus x, and there are 3 copies of them. So we have negative square bracket, negative 2x plus x cubed. Now we take that negative on the outside and we can distribute it to the inside of our function. This is going to be a negative negative 2x minus x cubed. Again, double negative turns into positive. So this gives us 2x minus x cubed, which, huzzah, is our g of x. So lovely. G of x is an odd function. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it helped you understand even and odd functions a little bit. Don't forget to practice your algebra.